Hello Tube Dwellers and welcome to the live stream. Pablo, notification squad. And you're in college, so you can't really listen, but you can interact in chat. Okay, well, as long as you're not sacrificing your education. Mist, you cannot deny the notification squad. They are more powerful than you could possibly imagine. Smiles, made it just in time. Kukul almost. Mist, Discord squad is greater than notification squad. There's something to be said for that. Lee, hello, welcome to the stream. Hello. As you can see, we're showing off the fabulous Fabricia on the his card art today. It's Alexis. Hey, welcome, welcome. Alrighty, so normally we'd start out with a like a 10 booster pack pull, but I only have like 100 gems, so we can't do that. No, thank you, Scamcat. Bye bye. But we can pull 3, and we'll see what we get. Anything super awesome jumps out that I already have multiple copies of, and we might give it away at the end of the live stream. Not a super long live stream today because my back is still completely messed up, so we'll go for an hour and then see how we feel from there. Nothing great. A couple of things that are okay. Mabinogi Duel is good for aggro. The Golden Garden Eagle's alright. Well, let's see if we can get a nice 5 stars. Crusader's good, Newbie's okay, Capture's good, Kadir's Taylor, meh. One more. Rai Senpai, hello, welcome, welcome.
Purchased the booster.
Backstreet Assassin, Marionette, Forest Fires, Veronica, and Witch Hunt. Okay, so some cards that are fine. Most of them we didn't need. Let's see if we got anything in the way of gifts from all of that. I suspect not, but you never know. Oh no, we did. Okay, so we got some gifts there. Good, we have some gifts to give away for the sub-battle then. Not as good as the 10 gems that we managed to give away, or that we had to give away last live stream, but hey. Something's better than nothing. Grab that, grab that. Gimme. Thank you. And there we go. Good. Alright, so we have some 3 gem gifts to give away. It's not much, but hey. It's better than nothing. Yeah, so some cards are fine. Veronica's fine. Golden Garden Eagle's fine. Capture Rather's nice. Mabinogi Duel is to decent aggro. Crusader's good. Forest Fire's fine. So, yeah, some fine cards. Mist, playing Sarkad Sword Princess right now. I have no idea what that is, but okay. Have fun. You mean Sacred Sword Princess? I'm not sure. I'm still mucking around with the Zad Falish aggro version of the deck. I'll be making a tempo variant of this for the video that goes up on Thursday. Alright, so nothing super amazing in terms of cards we picked up there. Cool. Combined boosters better. You say, let me just take a look at that. I'm pretty sure for me they're not, but let's take a look. So, combined booster, card chances. Got it, got all of those, 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 got all of those. Have it. Don't have that, but I don't really care about that one. Apart from that, I have all those cards. Bonus chance for the last cards. Have it. So, yeah. Combined booster might be better for some people. Sure as hell not better for me. I have all of those cards with the exception of the Ultimate Angelic Descent. Whereas I'm still missing some 5-star cards from the latest booster. Nathan, what's up? What's up? To quote that awful old advert. I hated that advert so much. Okay. So, as per usual, we're going to host sub-battles. We have some 3 gem gifts to give away. It's not much, but hey, you know, such is RNG. So, the first 4 people to sign up for sub-battles will get given 3 gems as a gift, regardless of whether or not you win or lose. Just put your in-game name down below. Failing that, if you would like to challenge me to a fight, this is the deck that I'll be using, so please feel free to just send me a battle request. And if you have any decks that you would like us to look over, to review, and for me to sort of critique and see if we can polish it up, or if you'd just like to show something off, please leave the deck code in the chat box. Pablo, you pulled Lilith and Fabicia yesterday, so I'm more partial to the latest booster. That's nice. That's nice. Kukul, sorry, I don't know what you're apologizing for. You know. Mist, you'll do the second battle. Okie doke. So we need still another 3 people then. Leek, you'll be lurking as you're playing with friends at the moment. If I have something important to say, put it to chat, maybe. If anybody feels like translating what I'm saying into a chat format for Leek, please do. Obviously, I'm doing the live stream. I'm not going to be typing at the same time. Hello, welcome. In my head, I'm pronouncing your name as Monster Hunter, Monster Hunter. Okay, while we're waiting for people to decide whether or not they want to sign up for sub battles or whatever, we'll just pop into a couple of quick fights. I haven't done my normal duel yet, so let's jump in and take a look at that. So damn quick. So used to Duel of Summoners, where it takes like 13 years to get your fight. Okay, so our opponent's a Korean player using L, rank 20. Fine. Are they gimmick? They don't seem to be gimmick. 2 mutants, 3 colors. Okay. Important. A discard into nature. Could be Ambush Vine. In which case, let's see if we lure it out. We do. Good. That's fine. I'll just only miss out that next turn unless our opponent decides to be hyper-aggressive. Oh, he is going to be very aggressive. That's an odd choice. Yeah, not really sure what his thinking is behind that. We can remove that next turn if we absolutely want to. Let's do this. Pablo, you gotta go. Okay, thanks for stopping by. Mitch, you want to use a gimmick deck? Anyone wants to fight it? It's a burn deck. What do you think about a new card, Snow Woman? Do you mean Camellia? If you mean Camellia, then she's really good. If you don't mean Camellia, then I'm not sure who you're talking about. But yeah, if you mean Camellia, then she's really good. Kind of a Lilith Undine, really. Okay, let's get rid of that. Even resource trades. I should probably be paying more attention given what our opponent's doing. I don't really want to bring out Zad Felice just yet. We haven't got enough pressure out onto the board. That Nato was actually very disruptive at level 1. Screwed up our aggro quite nicely. Yes, okay, so you do mean Camellia. In that case, yeah, she's very good. Ooh, my Natsumi. That's awesome. We're getting some weird cards. That's very cool. It's very cool. But a few options here, but I'm not really sure what I think for the best. You know what, we got to be hyper aggro because we are running an aggro deck, so let's just throw out a capture there, grab that, keep that over here. Good. It's Elixis. You'll sub battle, no gimmick. Okay, so Elixis is up for the first fight. That's fine. The cost of the My Natsumi plus the surprise attack means that command hunting actually worked out quite well for us. And we'll bring out Zard now. Cocoon Trap. Weird choice, but okay, we're fine with that. Drains their nature resources way down. So she can take some time to kill the cocoon, which I'm fine with. Which she does with the Goblin Shredder is very natural. That's fine. And the hunt. Okay, so hyper aggressive plays by our opponent there. We'll level up to 3 before she can and drop our Crusader over there. That will allow us to outpace her unless she stops us, and she can't with her resources. Thrasner, well, look who's streaming. Well, look who's back. Hello. Kutax, Arcadian. Kutax. I feel like we should be in a thing. Thrasner, thanks for following. I feel like we should be in some sort of like shampoo commercial. Do I want to? Yes, I do. Bit bold, but hey, we're running aggro and it's already level 3. We need to accelerate. We're almost certainly going to lose this one. Nato was a weird choice at level 1, but it's very nice way of screwing us over. Good, we forced her to revive before us, so that helps us out a lot. It's going to give us back all of our creatures without costing us any HP. So if we revive for spells, then it's only going to cost us 3 HP.
turn begins.
Interesting. She's just going to avoid both of these, which is going to give us a solid 16 damage. Let's do this. Yeah, let's do this. Now we need light. That'll be a revive, discard. No, we're going to have to hope that we get lucky here.
Chose to charge
Which we didn't.
resource.
That's unfortunate. So we will do this. Yep, this. Sabrosona, hello, hello.
Charged addition
This is such a
resource.
bad situation for an aggro deck to be in, but whatever. Now, if she doesn't kill us on this turn, we're basically fine. Ambush comes out, I'm okay with that. As long as she doesn't kill Nata, we win. But she might. Thras, you started Mabinogi yesterday since you got pretty bored of the PC version. Yeah, it's unfortunate. The DOS version is so... I say DOS version. DOS, Duel of Summoners, is so much better balanced. But... Oh, and yeah, she recognizes that we were about to win, so... Hooray! The aggro deck won in a very ugly way. Yeah, Duel of Summoners is way better balanced than Mabinogi Duel. But, yeah, nobody's playing it, unfortunately. And it's kind of a vicious cycle. Because nobody's playing it, I don't really play it, and I don't make videos and live streams about it. And obviously, without videos and live streams and stuff coming out from a lot of different people, not just from me, but without that kind of, you know, online support from the community, fewer people hang around, fewer people join, so it just kind of spirals downwards. I suspect that they're kind of accelerating Duel of Summoners to the SFN release, and at that point, Mabinogi Duel and Duel of Summoners are going to start sort of climbing side by side. At which point they might start working on the game rather than just trying to bring out new content, at which point more people might start playing it, but we'll see. We shall see. I would very much like to go back to Duel of Summoners in a proper way, but I still log in every day, but just don't really play much. So, we got that normal duel done. That was fine. Interesting attacks by our opponents there, but yeah, odd. I really thought we were going to lose that one, but we didn't, so cheers. So, yep, as always, sub-battles. Anybody who wants to get involved in a sub-battle, win or lose, you will get a gem gift. 3 gems, because that's all I have. Or you can challenge me to a fight, just send me a battle request. Or you can post a deck code in the chat, and we'll take a look at it, and I'll sort of critique it and see about polishing it, if that's what you want. If you just want us to all admire it, then we will all go, ooh, in a very pleasing way. Thras, do you by any chance know how many players play Mabinogi actively? No, there's no way of tracking that, unfortunately. Nexon and DevCat don't release the numbers, and as far as I'm aware, there's no API that's possible to track it. I can tell you how many people play Duel of Summoners actively, because Steam does track that, but not Mabinogi. Kotax, you know what is good deck for beginner you want? Absolutely, yeah. I've got a budget deck that I've been using for like 2 years, that is still just as good now as it was way back when. So it's this one here. You can exchange... okay, so on the right-hand side, on the middle, Mukro Elgesco. Replace that with Amantur's Blue Spell Circle. It's exactly the same thing. And if you can't get a Mana Vampire +1, then an Okora Undine would work equally well. Well, not equally well. Vampire's really good. But Undine is very, very good for that as well. And I'm pretty sure you can get her off the catch-up. If you can't, any decent blue finisher works there. But this deck's good for beginners. Google, you need a Lizardman Defender Mana version. Anyone have it in their shop? Do let Google know. Sabro, you have 100 gems in gifts. If someone wants to fight with you, your in-game name is Oloni-sama. So if anybody wants to fight Sabrosona, they'll be giving away gems as well. Very nice. Thras, you have some very old decks, 1-year-old meta decks, and some of them haven't changed at all. It feels so weird. Yeah, it's very strange. Rudy Satyawan, I apologize for mangling a name like that. Crusader is strong. Crusader is very, very strong. Yep, definitely my favorite 1-drop light creature at the moment. Nix, hello, welcome, welcome. Alright, we'll just quickly switch back to the aggro Zard deck. So yes, if anybody wants to fight Sabro, I will give you 3 gems, and Sabro will also apparently pass you some gems over. Eloni-sama. But yes, other than that, anybody wants to fight anybody else, I'll still give you gems. If you'd like to fight me, you don't get gems, because I'm trying to give them out evenly. Or you can post deck codes. If anybody has any sort of good beginner, cheap budget style decks for Kutax, post the code in the chat and I'll load it up on the screen here. Okay, well, once again, while we're waiting for everybody, Thrasnerve, you seem to be enjoying zoo-kind decks, as we call them in Hearthstone. Yeah. I like the same decks, but I feel they lose versus meta decks, which block spells and bring out a huge monster. Yeah, the current meta deck being Lilith, yeah, zoo decks can work. My Zad Felish deck works about 80% of the time against Lilith Gimmick. The only times it fails is when they're running Fene, and Fene manages to get her 20% HP activation. The thing about zoo decks, as they are in Hearthstone, but aggro decks really as they exist here, is that they can accelerate past the point of a gimmick being able to catch up to them. So if you're capable, if you can ramp your damage really fast, if you can get it so that you're basically capable of landing fatal damage at the beginning of level 2, then you can out accelerate current meta decks. But it's difficult. It's very difficult. Kukul, you'll fight in-game name Kukul. Good. Okay. Mist wants to know if Sabro, if he can fight with his gimmick burn deck. Elixis is ready to fight. Okay, so let's say Kukul versus Elixis. Okay, you should see the thing. You should see the names here. I'll try to open them up here. It's Elixis there. So Kukul, if you send a friend request to Elixis, if you don't already have her added, and then get into a fight and let me know. Where are we? Johan, Lilith should buy death by now. Should be dead by now, actually. She should be, but she isn't. Yeah, Lilith, I don't know why they haven't bothered dealing with Lilith or bringing out any cards that can properly counter her, but yeah, she's been meta-dominant for over a year now. It's pretty ridiculous. And hi, yes, hello. Oh yeah, Lilith, I know. I had a fight yesterday, somebody was running Lilith. Who was it? Pablo? I don't know. No, Praveen. Praveen ran Lilith against me. I won, but it's like, oh, Jesus, Lilith. Thrasnerve, did they release any new cards, by the way? Can't log in now for some reason. I don't know when you left precisely, so I don't know if you left before or after SFN, but they've got SFN now, obviously, and they've got SFNP and some new EXT cards, of which Camilla, I forget her name, is one of them, and she's very good. Alexis is ready. Good. Sabro, I don't know what gimmick is the burn fire. Yeah, Mist has been trying to get somebody to fight him with his burn gimmick deck for ages now. So somebody take that bullet. All right, Kukul versus Elixis. Elixis over the top with Castiff, love that guy. Two mutants and 3 colors. Kukul, no mutants and 3 colors using the Mari hero. Mist. Lilith is currently banned from this stream. It is so because Samurai Quack's brother Jane Quack said so. Sure, let's go with that. MHMH, can you add me on your friend list? Yes, absolutely. Just send me a friend request. I will add anybody who sends me a friend request while I'm live streaming. I guarantee that I will add you to my friends list. If you send a friend request to me when I'm not live streaming, I probably won't, because I have like 25 people still in my waiting list. So, aggressive play so far from both Kukul and Elixis. Kukul opening with an ambush vine, which triggered on Elixis' skeleton, then bringing out Arcadean's flying sword. Elixis brings out the Garden of Life. I generally don't recommend resource boosters unless they have some sort of aggressive presence or they meet HP breakpoints like the Tomb of the Solitary Man, but let's see if this pays off for Elixis, and it doesn't, unfortunately. Down goes the Garden of Life and the skeleton, leaving Kukul with 5 damage out on the board and Elixis 1 HP down. She levels up to 2 and Kukul can just do the same.
Leveled up to 2.
Missed. Burn is damaging your opponent with effect damage. I think they know what burn means. They just don't know what this particular gimmick in Mabinogi Duel burn fire is. Card Appraiser comes out alongside the, good lord, the Slash and Burn Farmer -1 gold variant. Amantur's Blue Spell Circle comes out to deal with that Card Appraiser and the Notira's Needle. Okay, alright, so that gets more darkness into Kukul's resources. Thanks to Mari's ability, down goes that Slash and Burn Farmer, and Elixis finds herself under pressure. Yeah, I don't know. Thrasnav, Garden of Life seems pretty bad most of the time. Garden of Life is bad all of the time. There is no reason ever really to use Garden of Life. Unfortunately, you know, I really wish the resource boost generators were better in this game. But apart from Tomb of the Solitary Man, Gravedigger, you know, arguably Gold, Citizen +1, stuff like that, you know, weird things like that. Apart from those instances, the resource generators are just no good, unfortunately. Alright, so Mary's ability keeps activating the slime, so that's quite interesting. That leaves Elixis with 6 damage out on the field, which does actually outdo... Okay, Unwilling Call comes out, along with the Hidden Spider. That did not get Elixis anywhere, any gold, basically, at all. The Unwilling Call, of course, pulls out a particular thing and then gives you its value. The Wheel of Hell comes out, and that's going to... Well, I think the idea is it's going to consume the slimes. However, Kukul can, of course, very easily remove that slime on the left-hand side of the Wheel of Hell, giving it nothing to consume. And there we go. Hellhound comes out. That's going to take care of all of the slimes. Wheel of Hell has nothing to consume. Oh, well, okay. Apparently didn't kill that last one. So now Wheel of Hell has, like, one thing, and Elixis has forfeited. Yeah, the strategy to create the slimes and then have the Wheel of Hell eat them is an interesting one, but it unfortunately just relied on too many things going right, which didn't in this particular instance. That Hellhound by Kukul really shut that down. So well played to both players there, Elixis and Kukul. Well done. And I will send you both some gems now. So Elixis, there's yours. Confirm, and Kukul, there's yours. Confirm. Okay. Let's just take a look at this. Thrash, Tomb is the only card that's actually worth the risk of playing it. Yeah, I mean, that's simply because you play it at level 1 and it meets HP breakpoint, so it can't be removed in a single turn. Rudy, what about Witch Xena plus Hellhound? That's a 3-step combo because you have to get Xena, wait 1 turn for her ability to activate, then play Hellhound. And as I have always said and will always say, any combo in Mabinogi Duel which takes more than 2 steps to activate doesn't work in high-level PvP. There are, of course, every so often the very, very rare exceptions, but no. Xena and Hellhound is a very sort of commonly played thing by beginners to the game, especially when you've got like Mana Xena or Mana Hellhound, but it doesn't work in high PvP. Sabado, so it's a deck with a lot of cursed dolls. Maybe. You want to find out? Kukul, your 100 gems, please. Yeah, don't I wish. Okay, so Mist and Sabro are going to fight. The O is the number 0. Yep. Thras, you're thinking of buying a premium for 1 month to kind of come back in the game. Do you think it's worth it? As Alexis says, no. I wouldn't say so, personally speaking. But I mean, it depends on how much you value money, I guess. It sounds like a weird way of saying it, but I mean, if you're, you know, pulling down $100,000 a year, then sure, why the hell not? You know, throw the money away, who cares? But failing that, I mean, none of these are great bargains. I think I worked them out mathematically like a year ago, and the answer was, not really. Not really. Okay, yes, H-Beat, I will add you now. But again, I mean, you know, if you personally do the mathematics and you think, yes, it's worthwhile, because calculate how many booster packs you're going to be able to pull with that is really the question. So calculate it yourself, and then if you feel it's worthwhile, go for it. Personally, I'd say no. But then, I'm perpetually poor. Largely because I hate money. Alright, Thras, I have most of the cards I would ever want, to be honest, so yeah, stupid question by you. Yeah, I mean, if you basically have all the cards you want at the moment, yeah, then yeah, absolutely no reason to get the monthly thing. Just do your dailies and you can afford a booster pack a day. Sell your excess cards that you can't trade in the player store to the card appraiser, use that money to buy other cards from the card store and blah blah, player store and blah blah. Okay, here we go. Blah. Kukul battle Sabro after Mist. Zohib, hey, what's up? Hi. It's Lexus, I just wish I could get the older cards. Yeah, it's tricky, certainly. I mean, now that you can't buy anything that's, you know, under 5 stars or isn't a mutant or something like that, yeah, it's difficult. Zohib, am I late or not? You're only 24 minutes late, it's fine. Oh, Amanza for life, Thursday. Yeah, it's a teed these days, a teed. Rudy, ouch poor you. I keep my strong deck with Witch Xena and Hellhound. Yeah, I mean, it's a fun deck, sure, and it works in PvG. I mean, anything does, but it works in PvG. But in high-level Platinum, no. I mean, I don't remember. I thought a lot of people have used that combination, and I don't think I have ever lost to it. Too many steps, unfortunately. It's a fun idea, but just takes too many things going right. Okay, Sabro has sent Mist a friend request, so we'll just wait for that to happen. It's Elixis. The anime-looking ones have awesome abilities. There's a few of those. There's Guilty Gear, there's Blaze Blue. Yeah. Some of them do. Some of them have appalling abilities. But yeah, some of them have fun. Gin Tonics, hi all. Welcome, welcome. Johan, is it possible to see a good King of Profits deck from Arcadian Summer? I'm still kind of figuring out. The problem with King of Profits is in order to make it properly function, you have to build the entire thing around it, and it gets dangerously close to being a gimmick deck, honestly. I'm kind of figuring it out. The ones I'm working on at the moment are Zad Felish, Fabicia, Harut Marut by popular request. I don't think that's going to work. And yes, I am trying to figure out a good, solid King of Profits deck. Thras, I hate the anime cards. Elixis, you hush your mouth. Ta gueule, as the French would say. That's the only thing I remember from French lessons. Remember a lot of other things from a French-speaking girlfriend, but that's all I remember from French lessons is ta gueule. So he, sorry, I was playing Duel Links, just got to Legend 3. All right, that's nice, stop shouting. So, bro, you're going to be using your budget deck. Okay, sounds fun. Just waiting for you guys to get into a fight. Fight. And then you get the last of the 3 gems that I have available. Oh, boy. Oh, I gotta keep stretching that back out. That's sore. Here's Samurai Quack, by the way. So I know that if nobody ever mentions him, generally speaking, in the live streams, but if I don't show him, then there's all these complaints afterwards. Where was he? Where was Samurai Quack? He's got 1 shout out, though, so far. Okay, Thrasnerv, does only Light Borrow +1 still work? Light Borrow +1 unfortunately doesn't work. The problem is that the dominant meta right now is, as it has been for the last year, Lilith. So, Borrow flooding the field, Light, Elf, Hero, Triss flooding the field, all these field flood decks shut down immediately. So Hebe, I'm just happy you're doing the live stream again, it's so much fun. I'm happy you're happy. Miss, ready with your burn deck for anyone who wants to face it. Well, you're fighting Sabro Sona at the moment. So, I don't know if they said yes to the gimmick deck or not. But yes, if anybody definitely wants to face Mist's gimmick deck, which I don't think anybody is because it's a gimmick deck, and the general consensus amongst Arcanauts is gimmick decks suck. But yes, if anybody does want to challenge the gimmick deck, may have an exhibition match just so the Mist can get this out of his system. Okay. Still waiting for this fight thing to happen. If this doesn't happen soon, then I'll just jump into another fight and we'll wait for Mist and Sabro to organize themselves. Zohaib, you're up for a fight. Good, good. That's what I like to hear. Whoops, just accidentally pressed the card. No, I never repair cards. I don't care if they're messy looking. Thras, I just added you again because I showed all my friends offline and now I'm re-adding everyone. Okie dokie. Well, you should still be on my list. If I'm still appearing offline for you, then let me know and I'll add you personally. Sabro, you're fighting Kukul already. Oh, okay, fair enough. We'll jump in and watch that then.
Magicians and summoners, the duel.
Alright, Eleni-sama versus Kukul. Yeah, okay, so an open with a skeleton, answered with a hunt. So, Eleni-sama playing it a little bit defensively, Kukul playing it aggressively. Let's see. And you're not fighting Kukul. Kukul's fighting Eleni-sama. Oh, I don't know what the hell is happening, who cares? Thras, you deleted everyone and you're re-adding them now. Okay, that sounds fine. MHMH wants to see your gimmick deck, Miss, but I don't know if he wants to fight you. Just wants to see it. Forest Keeper Imp comes out on Kukul's side, keeping the pressure up. That looks like Thras's friend request coming in there. Thras, the normal Lilith or mutant Lilith? Because I suspect the mutant must be super expensive. It's just normal Lilith. You don't need the mutant. Out comes a level 2 Magician Masked Field on both sides. Very fortunate positioning there, actually, for Eleni-sama. With Anna and Masked Field at exact opposite ends of the field. They don't need to worry about any kind of, nonsense coming out there. If Anna, for example, had appeared in front of the Forest Keeper Imp, you might have expected to see a Blue Amantur spell circle or something like that, but no, fortunately, it landed on both sides. Mist wants to show it. Ice Spear comes out and he's hit with a counterspell. Interesting. Okay. Good job, says Eluni-sama. Now, it looks like they're probably ready to level up. I can't quite see past the notification. But it looks like Eluni-sama is ready to level up, but does she want to keep that 12 damage out onto the field? Goes for a charge. Okay, so maybe wasn't ready to level up. And deals 8 damage to Kukul. So, Kukul with more damage out onto the field. Slightly fewer HP at the moment, but can output more, so will eventually win this war of attrition if Eluni-sama can't stop the Forest Keeper Imp and the Hellhound. Paralyzing Bullet comes out, and that's going to paralyze the Magician Mask Field, but of course not kill it. Mari's ability activates and does actually take care of the Anna, who transforms because the Magician is still on the field. Eloni-sama levels up, both players now at level 3. Eloni lagging behind by 5 HP, but that's not much, so very, very easy to pull back from. Rudy, Anna always. Anna's always the one that gets hit, is it? Command Hunting comes out. That's going to take care of the Hellhound, even though there was no creature in the middle. And now it is Kukul's turn. So, ideally, Kukul wants to deal with the Anna or the Magician, one or the other. So let's see what it decides to go for. Another discard into the grave. That leaves Kukul with, well, now just, I think, 4 cards in the hand. So not an awful lot of sort of variety room there. Golden Bomb Squad goes out of the field. Assistant Anna transforms back to normal. So Eloni discards into blue. Is that a counterspell, or are we about to see something? There's a counterspell for the Summon Dead. Summon Dead activates, kills the Golden Bomb Squad, and the Dead activates. A very nice counter-to-counter spell there, and that puts 12 damage out onto the field on Eloni-sama's side. She's going to get hit by the Forest Keeper Imp and go down to 9 HP. Kukul resurrects from the grave because, again, only 4 cards in the hand. Just no versatility there. Got to revive to get it all back. Unfortunately, that does put him within fatal damage, so he absolutely needs to deal with basically the Anna and yeah, well, he needs to kind of shut down the Anna temporarily, or he needs to deal with the Dead and the Magician Masked Field if he doesn't want to be in an awful lot of trouble here. So a charge and a magic missile into the Dead. Okay. And the Mari's ability goes into the Magician Masked Field, which is fine, but it doesn't really make any difference at this point. Both characters were down within very easy removal range. Anyway, Eloni-sama says, good job, she have Arrow of Revenge. There it is. There's the Arrow of Revenge. And the Assistant Anna and Magician Masked Field between them will land the finishing blow onto Kukul, who is crying. It's very sad. Okay, Magician Masked Field lands the finishing blow. Next time we fight, I'll show you my magic trick. And Eloni-sama wins. Congratulations, Eloni-sama. Alright, I'll hand out the gems now then. Go away, Scamcat. I got to hand out gems. Irritating me. Not a cat. Okay. Gift from Pluto's Blue. Well, thank you very much, Pluto's Blue. I very much appreciate it. More gems means more cards, means more videos. Okay, so Eloni-sama, who I don't appear to have added as a friend, so let's just do it that way. There we go. And I can't send the gems to Kukul, unfortunately, so... Thras, can you show me what current aggro deck you're using? Because from what I've seen, my decks are kind of outdated. Sure. The aggro deck that I'm using at the moment was inspired by Pegasus, who put it together. It's not the greatest aggro deck in the world, but it's certainly a lot of fun, and it outputs a hell of a lot of pressure. I'm working on a tempo variant for it, which I think will be a more reliable variant for this, but for now, that's a nice one. Rudy, it's an interesting lesson for you. I'm glad you're having fun and learning. But yes, anyway, that's the thing. So if you want to copy the code, that's the code. Up in the top right-hand corner. As I say, it's Pegasus's deck, really. There'll be a tempo variant of this deck put out on Thursday. Thursday. Okay. Yeah, I like it though. It's fun. It's very unusual. I don't generally like aggro decks. I much prefer sort of the tempo control, but this one's fun. And as I say, it's decent at shutting down Lilith decks if you don't get interrupted in level 1. If you can bring out, you know, the newbie duelist and 1 or 2 crusaders and have them still alive by the time you level up to 2, you basically win. Provided they're not using Fene. Because every time I fight Fene, her ability always activates and that always results in me dying. Which is really annoying, but we've been through this before. Okay, so if anybody else wants to have a fight, Mist Zero is still desperate to show his gimmick burn deck. But you don't have to fight that. You can fight anybody and any deck you like. But yes, I still have 1 3-gem gift to give away. So sign up for a sub battle and you'll get that. If not, you can challenge me to a fight. I'll be using the aggro deck that I keep showing. Failing that, you can send me a deck code and I will take a look at the deck and sort of give any advice that I can think of on how to polish it. The chat will help out as well. Thras, I still remember that Nerva or Perius Gathach deck you made years ago. Yep. You're still missing skill. I remember that one. Yeah. What was that? That was Archangels, I think. Yep. Zohib, Mist, you have to add him. Sabrosona, this is your budget deck. Okay, let me just switch over to the test deck so I can overwrite it without any worries. There we go. Find deck with code 601D548. Elixir says she'll fight your burn, Mist. There you go. There you go. Mist, if I fight the other dude, can I have the gem gift? Yes, Mist. I'm pretty sure I haven't given you any... No, I haven't given you any gems today, so yeah, you can have it. So this is Sabrosona, Elonisama's budget deck that they used. Very, very interesting. Kind of a anti-gimmick variant on a standard masked field deck. I like this one very much, actually. Free Summon, Summon Dead, Mukro El Gesco, Arrow of Revenge, Ice Spear, and then of course the really nice Elf and Skeleton and Command Hunting. Command Hunting and Hunt is very interesting right next to each other, and then of course Hunter Piole. So the green is basically removal, blue is control, and black is damage. So nice theming there. I like it. What is it? I don't know. Zohib, accept Arc. Accept what? I don't know what you're saying to me. But yeah, I like that one. Nice deck by Sabrosona there if you're looking for something that's basically control with a little anti-gimmick worked in. Very nice. Okay, switch back to top tier Zod Falish just in case. Oh. Alright, so Elixir and Mist seem to be lining up for fights, so we'll get that ready. Sabro, yes, only if you win with your gimmick decks against him. What is that in reference to? Can he have the gem gifts? So he friend request, except friend. I don't have a friend request from you. See, no friend request. Give me your in-game name and I'll just manually add you, Zohib. Oh, okay. Let's see. Elixir and Mist, both online, so we'll just wait for them to add each other as friends, and then transition into the fight, and Mist can finally, after many long weeks, show off his burn gimmick deck. Sabro, you're talking to Mist. Okay, fine. Thras, add me as well. Fine. I mean, send me your... I haven't received any friend requests, you see? No friend requests here. So you have to send me a friend request. If you've sent me one and it's obviously not appearing for me, then just tell me your in-game name and I'll just add you manually. Mabinogi Duel does this sometimes. Okay, Zohib. Let me just remove... I'll have to remove Vertsuit, which is very sad. 25 days. There we go. Alright. And Zohib 0315. Confirmed. Okay, there should be you added, and Thras, I'll remove Sorification. Again, very sad. All these people I remember from the old days, but just haven't been on in a long time. So, remove and add Thras. There we go. That should be both of you added now, so I should be appearing online. Mist, wait, who am I fighting? You're fighting Elixir. Ah, yes, looks like you're fighting. Good. You guys really need to tell me when you're actually fighting.
Magicians and summoners, the
Okay, so Mist up at the top. Fene, no mutants. Dark, Elixir down at the bottom. Castiff, lovely, no mutants. And going with this. Okay, so Mist takes 9 damage for the Cell Soul. So if Elixirs can accelerate here, it can be pretty awesome. Thras, you remember Soru? What a legend! I remember Soru as well. Yeah. Altered Zombie Epimetheus comes out. Alright, so I'll just pop this open for those who don't know. Deals 3 damage to a random opponent whenever a zombie creature dies. If there are no opponent creatures, deals damage to the hero, sends 2 soul cards from the hand to the grave and resurrects. So that's remaining out onto the field. Mist goes for the Ritual of Darkness, of course. It's going to discard a couple of cards and then it's going to resurrect itself and deals 3 damage to opposing creature. Alright. So let's see what Elixir decides to do here. At level 2 with gold, there's a lot of options here. There's also dark. Going for the Barbarian. Yep, that's a decent choice. Just try to add damage. Kadir's Guillotine. Very interesting. Okay, so at the end of a turn, if a friendly creature in the center slot that kills an opponent creature's HP is lower than the friendly creature's attack. So an interesting combination there with the Barbarian and the Kadir's Guillotine. Now, if Elixirs can at least harm the Epimetheus, the Kadir's Guillotine will activate, and that will force Messier to continually discard into the grave. So let's see what Elixir decides to do here. Kadir's Templar comes out, another card we don't see very much. Yeah, so that's going to retarget spells away from the Barbarian. Barbarian's going to deal some damage there, and Mystier, of course, absolutely needs to block that. Out comes the Apocalypse Zombie and the Ritual of Darkness, of course, standard combo with the Apocalypse Zombie. And there he goes, okay. And then that's going to deal some damage, and deal some more damage, and yeah, it's going to be a cycle burn. Okay, Johan, what do you think about this one? I'll take a look at it in just a second once this infinite combo is finished. Sabro, Arca sent you a friend request, but apparently doesn't appear. Weird. Okay, I will add you as soon as this fight is over. Thras, could the Archangels work now? I really want to complete this deck. Yeah, there's no reason why the Archangels wouldn't work now. You just got to be careful of Lilith, that's all. At this point, you know, Elixir is probably wishing that she had a dark capture or something that she could have worked into, but unfortunately, that's not going to work. Still, I mean, as a burn cycle deck, okay, good. That was lucky. The Pirate Red Eye stole from the correct thing. So let's see how this goes. Unfortunately, the Epimetheus is not quite where it needs to be for the Kadir's Guillotine to activate. There's another Epimetheus, so this is going to start doing, of course, an awful lot of damage. No Ritual of Darkness that time, though, actually, so Apocalypse Zombie only activates once. And then, of course, you know, the Epimetheus is activated, but they both go into the Guillotine. So, Apocalypse Zombie removal now would be very, very useful, but I don't think Elixir has anything in her hand that can do that. Vengeful Blade comes out, which is an interesting choice. Let's see where she decides to go with this. So, one of the Epimetheus zombies is going to die thanks to the... Yep, okay, so the Epimetheus now comes back. And of course, both of them are going to deal 3 damage to random creatures. Or is it not random? No, it is random. It just keeps going into Kadir's Guillotine for some reason, which is working out very well for Eleni Summer. Okay, so the creature's going to keep bumping in there. Epimetheus is going to destroy. Thrasnav, how is Skathach still at 1 million? It blows my mind. Well, she's, you know, it's a card that you just can't get anywhere else. So this is going to do 13 damage, going to take Elixirs down to 13 HP. Yeah, so this is going to activate a few times, but it's not going to activate enough. And unless Mist's Fene ability activates, which it will, because it always does, Elixir will have won this one. I really hope her ability doesn't activate. I hate this RNG ability. I really don't like Fene's ability. So Elixir lands. Of course it activated. I told you it was going to activate. Didn't I tell you it was going to activate? Elixir, in my mind, you're the winner there. That 20% chance activates like 100% of the time. It's ridiculous. It's so stupid. So there you go. Alright, so Mist finally got to show off his burn deck, which is kind of a low-key variant on a deck that used to be very, very popular back in the day. There was an infinite cycle apocalypse zombie gimmick deck that was extremely popular for a while. There we go, Mist, there's your thing. Confirm. Mist, you lost. Yeah, You did, really. Yeah, Fenny's 20% ability, I never really count that as a victory when somebody wins off the 20% Fenny activation. So yes, interesting burn deck. As I say, it seems to be a less infinite variation on the infinite Apocalypse zombie deck. So cool. Rudy, I'm amateur in this game, but I enjoy this game so much. Can you look at my deck, please? I need more appearance. Yeah, absolutely. I'll be happy to look at your deck. I'm going to look at Johan's first. It doesn't have the mana version of the little chicken, but imagine it's there. Okay, not sure what the little chicken is. Assume you mean cute baby bird? Ah. All right, let me take a look. Find deck with code. Whoops. 601D54E. There we go. Isalixis, I did not understand what was happening at all during that battle. Missed, you only have one of the big guys. Well, that makes sense. Yeah. Elixis, it used to be a very, very popular thing. Again, Lilith shut it down, as Lilith shuts everything down. But it used to be a very popular thing. The idea is to basically infinitely cycle Apocalypse Zombies activation so that it continually deals endless damage to the opponent player. Okay, Johan. The mana... Oh, yeah, so you are talking about the cute baby bird. Okay, so you don't have the mana version of the little chicken, but imagine it's there. Well, that would put you up to 4 resource colors, which isn't possible, so I can't imagine that's a mana color. First thing that jumps out at me is that it's unbalanced towards white. Again, with 4-color decks, unless you have a really, really, really good reason to unbalance the colors, always do 4-4-4. Never unbalance in favor of one or the other. I get it, but I'll be honest, it's a little messy. It's a little messy. For starters, you don't need the elephant and the flying sword, right? So remove the light elephant. You can replace the flying sword with the crusader if you want something that's going to be more pressure for your opponent, but the flying sword's also fine. Remove the elephant, put that extra point of light into gold. Put it into flame emission. Basically, you have no AoEs. You have no removal spells. You're weighted very heavily to the end game there. Whoopsie daisy. Clicked somewhere else. You're weighted very heavily to the end game. Yeah, it's just problematic. Alexis, you got to go. Ah, well, okay. Well, thanks for stopping by the stream. I appreciate it. Hopefully you can make it to the next one. Wednesday's live stream. Everyone who's in the live stream on Wednesday will be put into a computer game. So here, I just looked at the shop. Most of 5-star cards are now sold for hardly 1 to 2 lakh. But yeah. Sabra, I think he's talking about the cute baby bird light mutant. Possibly, yeah. I mean, that's not mana, but sure, yeah. Kukul's ready for a match. Thras, you don't remember how deck codes work. If I send the code here, you'll be able to check it on your phone, right? Well, I'll be able to just type it in here in the way that I did. So, yeah, I mean, normally when I look at these decks, I try to just, like, change as few cards as possible to make it as viable as possible, but it's just not going to work in this case, unfortunately. You need to remove the elephant. You need... the elephant's no good. That's fairly pointless. Kadir's Poacher is no good. Fairly pointless. Temptress Myrna +1 is just a bad card. And as is Kum, I think this guy's name is. Kum something or other. Yeah, Kum Heihyun. Just a bad card. So... you can keep the Windblade Taeon if you like. +1 version, I don't think is really necessary. I don't think that allows it to survive anything that it wouldn't otherwise survive, and I don't think it allows it to kill anything that it wouldn't otherwise kill, but you can keep it if you like. I just tend not to go for mutants if I can possibly avoid it, because it lowers your starting health. But yeah, you need to remove the Kadir's Poacher, replace that with a Hunt at the very least. Remove the Elephant, replace that with a Flame Emission. Remove Temptress Myrna, replace that with a Surprise Attack. Remove Kum, replace that with, I mean, any number of things would work, really. You could go for a Holy Missile. You could go for a low, like a mid-range finisher. You could go for the Arena Duelist. But yeah, replace Kum, I would strongly advise. Mai Natsumi and Tsubaki is a bit too much. I think really choose one or the other. And maybe replace one of them with like a paralyzing bullet. Because you need a removal spell in every single one, really. So a Paralyzing Bullet, Flame Emission, Hunt, and Surprise Attack would give you the control that you needed. But other than that, yeah, it's unfortunate. It's just, it's a little too... no removals and too heavily weighted onto the big side. Thrasnov, could this ever work? Let me take a look. 601 D551. And Rudy, I'll get to yours just after I've checked out Thrasis. Okay, share deck. Ultimate True Holy Spear using Grow Mushroom. Yeah, this has been done. It's not really very reliable. Basically, this is kind of the less reliable version of a Parnok +1 deck. It's gimmick, so instinctively I don't want to help you out with it. But yeah, I mean, the Grow Mushroom into Ultimate True Holy Spear is like a known thing. The idea is, you know, obviously get that out, and then, you know, get that out, vanishes the creatures, deals 2 damage. So you have to get your opponent down to 24 HP. Unless it accelerates. Yeah, no, you can get it if you bring that level 3, then you can make it later. And then the Alchemist Gold Hand is for shutting down any creature that they might bring out. So it's pretty standard. So yeah, I mean, I guess it works. I don't really want to spend any time on it as a gimmick. I don't want to encourage that. Rudy, 601 D554. All right, overwrite and take a look. Okay. Zombie Dragon, always interesting. Alright, so 2 things immediately. First thing is it's a 2-color deck. Don't make it 2-color, 3-color. Definitely 3-color. This isn't a gimmick, so no reason to have 2 colors in it. Always go to 3, especially since your creatures are quite top end, so heavy, so you really want to have 3 colors. Couple of other things that immediately jump out at me. Temptress Myrna is a useless card. Blacksmith Fergus is terrible. Never use Blacksmith Fergus. Magician of Nahal is not a good card. Cemetery is no good. Use Tomb of the Solitary Man instead. Healer is not a good card. Hellhound and Xena, we had this conversation earlier. The combination doesn't work, unfortunately. Strip, don't use Strip. Too expensive. Kiss of the Succubus is okay. Zombie Dragon is okay. Surprise Attack is good, Crusader is good, but make it 3 colors. Remove Healer, Fergus, Nahal, Myrna, Xena, and Strip, and replace Cemetery with Tomb of the Solitary Man. So yeah, I would the other color to put in. You don't have any AOE really other than Hellhound, so mana or gold would probably be a good 3rd color. Thrash, okay. I appreciate the help. Even yeah, it's no problem. I don't make videos on gimmick decks if I can possibly avoid it. I don't sort of help people with gimmick decks. The short answer to your earlier question is yes, it's fine. That would be okay as a gimmick deck. Long answer is I'm not actually going to help people make gimmick decks. We have enough of them anyway already, and I really don't want to help. Zohib, I see Varm Kahan for 70,000. Is it worth it? Yeah, I'd say so. Okay, double white. Oh, it's a Gates of Hell. God damn. Ugh. All right, fine. Right, okay. Very, very quickly then, just to help with the Gates of Hell, remove Xena, replace it with another Lilith. The Black Knight is pointless, but you can have it in there if you really want to. It doesn't really make any difference since you've got 2 white nows. Heavy Offering isn't useful anymore. Replace that with a Drag to Hell, and then you're fine, because it's Gates of Hell Lilith. Doesn't require any ability. Chimpanzees can do it. Thras, I totally get you. Fresh new decks help the game improve and grow. Yeah, I prefer to see people going for imaginative stuff that's actually skill based. The problem with gimmick decks is they require 0 skill. A properly constructed gimmick deck could literally be piloted by a child of 5, and I hate that. And it could win as well. And I hate that. That should never happen in competitive games. Hello, Nisama. Wow, that's a lot of gifts. Thank you. 25 gems. Nice one. Maybe we can pull another booster pack before the live stream's over. Alright, so if anybody wants to send me a deck code, please feel free, but please stop sending gimmick decks. I don't like them. I don't approve of them. I think they harm the game. It's the rise of gimmick decks is one of the major reasons why Mabinogi Duel almost died for a couple of months. All right, it's one of the major reasons why I left. That and the fact that the arenas are just stupid now. But please stop using gimmick decks. Please use decks that require skill. Please, please, please. Honestly, I swear, winning with a skill-based deck is so much more satisfying than winning with a gimmick deck, okay? It just really is. Knowing that you beat somebody because you were better at them than the game, that is such a good feeling. Okay, MHMH. What do I think of this one? Let me see. Thras just got Golden Cat Caretaker. I don't think you got Golden Cat Caretaker. You either got the Golden Garden Caretaker or you got the Golden Garden Cat. Which one did you get? Unless there's a new card in here I just have not been paying attention to. Do let me know. So, MHMH 601 D553. Save Sabro. I'll take a look at that just as soon as we've dealt with this one. I am intrigued already. There's some good cards in there. There's also a weird card in there. Alright, so let me take a look. I like it. I like it. So you've got 3 colors, all of which are evenly balanced. You've got cards that you can bring out in the opening. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 removals, including Holy Spear, which the Zombie Dragon is actually masking. The Holy Spear and the Zombie Dragon work out quite well next to each other. Eagle's good, Hunter's good. Yeah, I like it. Personally, I would probably replace Golden Garden Cat with a Crusader. And maybe even replace the... I mean, maybe if you want to keep the Golden Garden Cat to charge up the Zombie Dragon, maybe replace the Holy Spear with a Crusader. Because the problem with bringing Golden Guard, if you start with 2 resources into light and 0, you know, you go first, you start with 2 resources into light, 0, 0, you can't do anything, you have to charge. And I'm just a big fan of versatility, but no, I mean, there's nothing there that really has to be changed. That's all fine. Let me just double check that the Zombie Dragon is based on... Yeah, no, okay, that's based on Soul Stones. Yep. Good. Yeah, no, I like it. I like it. Sabro, okay. Thrasnev, I got a 4-star one. Did I really fail to name that hard? I'm not, as far as I'm aware, there's no such thing as a Golden Cat Caretaker. Everything that starts with golden is always Golden Garden something. So it's Golden Garden Caretaker or Golden Garden Cat. I don't think there's a Golden Cat Caretaker. Again, double check and let me know, but I'm pretty sure there isn't. Okay. Hello, Nisama. Overwrite and share missed. I just read the weirdest post on the New York Times. Okay. Rai Senpai, Johan, and Zohib are all posting. Okay, you're going to have to give me a second. Alright, so this is Eleni Sama's Princess Fabicia. Let me see. Okay, so already you've got the cute baby bird and the light +1 Monster Hunter bird, which is, or Arcadean Monster Bird rather. I got Monster Hunter in the brain, which is very, very nice. Fabicia, yep. Summoning Commission, I don't think is a brilliant idea, personally. The Dragon's Guardian is cool, but I don't think a +1 is going to really give you anything that a normal wouldn't, and I worry about the mutant drain on your health. So, personally speaking, just looking at this, I would replace the Summoning Commission with a Paralyzing Bullet. And I would consider changing the light +1 Dragon's Guardian to either a normal light Dragon's Guardian or change it to a Crusader. That's what I was trying to think of. Change it to a Crusader, because currently you've got nothing. If you start the game in light, you've got nothing. You can only play reactively at that point, which you don't necessarily want to do. Sometimes if you know that you're going up against a gimmick deck, for example, you just really want to start playing the pressure immediately, and you don't have any light pressure in this deck. You got some really nice green pressure. Your gold's not brilliant either, because the Fiery Zeal is more defensive than offensive, and then you've got absolutely nothing in terms of light pressure. So maybe think about changing the Light Dragon's Guardian to a Crusader, maybe. But definitely I'd say strongly consider changing the Summoning Commission to a Paralyzing Bullet. I know it's there to help charge up for the Princess Fabicia, but it's just really unreliable. Really unreliable. Okay, Rai Senpai. Oh god. D2, D8. Alright, Rai Senpai's deck. Normally these are very good, so I generally don't need to correct too much on these. Magician Masked Field. I like it. Alright, immediate reaction to it is I like it. It's nicely balanced, good number of changes and things in there. Okay, the only thing that could potentially cause you problems is that you're a little bit light on removal. But I think the Mukro Algesco makes up for that. Mukro Algesco synchronizes very, very well, obviously, with Piolet. So yeah, that's probably fine. Yeah, there's nothing in there that I think needs changing. I think change if something in particular is not working for you. If you find that you're struggling with anything in particular, then make the necessary adjustments. I can see that you would probably, if you're going to change anything, you'd probably end up changing the Hidden Spider. But no, other than that, no, I like it. I like it very much. Keep it. Johan, let's grab you before it slides off my screen. 601 D55B. Well, that's a V, not a B. Like I'm back in Japan again. So hey, Bob, take a look at yours afterwards. Thrasnev, yeah, you're right. Golden Garden Caretakers are good. Seems it should be 2-star instead of a 4-star. Yeah, I don't understand the star rating for it, but no, it's decent. It's a card that repays its own cost, basically. You put it down, it dies, you get exactly the same number of resources back that you paid to play it. So it's a free card, effectively. So yeah, it's fine. I don't see it in very many decks, but when I do see it, I'm not immediately like, oh no. Oh. Kutax, I'll take a look at that in a second. Sabro, okay, I'll take a look at that as well. Rudy, Satyawan, okay, 3 colors. Yep, 3 colors. I think Cemetery can produce more dark, which can summon a strong creature, but I was wrong. Thanks a lot. Yeah, the problem with Cemetery is that it produces dark, but it costs dark to play it. So if something costs you 3 dark and you play it, then 3 turns, it will have given you back 3 darkness, but it takes 4 turns before you make a profit. For 3 turns, you would have been better off not playing the Cemetery and keeping 3 dark resources. The Tomb of the Solitary Man costs less, and it will survive longer at level 1. It's much more likely to give you a profit than Cemetery is. Cemetery can just be removed immediately. So you spend 3 dark, destroyed, no more dark. Okay, so Princess Fabitia. I forget whose this is now. Johan's, I think. Alright, so taking a look at it. Okay, first thing that jumps into my mind is you have like no removal spells in here. You got 2 removal spells, and that's it. Okay, so let's take a look at it. Elephant's fine, Hidden Spider is fine, Suspicious Peddler is fine, Fire Zealot's fine, Command Hunting is fine, Card Appraiser is fine, Eyeless Mariette, not fine. Replace that. I would advise Drag to Hell, but Hellhound would be okay probably. Sort of figure out what your deck needs, but it's low on removal. Generally, with Darkness, your removal spell is your Hellhound, but Drag to Hell's fine as well. Don't use Death Sentence, obviously, that's terrible. But the Eyeless Marionette's not very good. Dragon Hunter Scott, I don't think it's a good idea, especially with Princess Fabitia. It's too expensive. Take Dragon Hunter Scott out, replace it with Paralyzing Bullet. Significantly more value. You can paralyze your enemies, and you can also remove level 1 enemies. Flame Mission's really good. The Watcher of the Forest Genie, I would love it if that was good, but it just isn't, unfortunately. So, you know, unless you're somehow finding that you're being really, really fortunate with the Watcher of the Forest Genie, I would very much recommend replacing it. What you would replace it with, I'm not 100% sure. Ambush Vine is pretty decent. If you're not running the L hero, then you've got Ambush Vine and the Hidden Spider. Piolet would be really nice here. Actually, Piolet would probably be my go-to recommendation, so maybe go with that. And then Alicia and Fabitia, I can see the strategy there. Fabitia in the middle of the field, and then Alicia just in case she does somehow get Fabitia does get murdered. But yeah, replace the Eyeless Marionette with either a Hellhound or a Drag to Hell. Replace the Watcher of the Forest Genie with like a Piolet would be my recommendation. Replace Dragon Hunter Scott with a Paralyzing Bullet just for the extra control and removal. And then the rest of it, the Alicia Fabicia combo, it depends on how well it works for you. Some people love that combo and it works really well with them. If it's working well for you, fantastic, keep it. If it's not, then I would strongly advise removing Alicia. The problem with her is that she's just so freaking expensive. Really expensive. But yeah, other than that, nice. It's a good solid deck. Okay, now where are we? I'm trying to run through these very, very quickly. Zohaib posted one. Did we look at that, or was this one we were just looking at? At this point, I forget whose decks are whose. Okay, so this is a new one. Already I can see it's got Jones in it, and I'm like, take Jones out. Take Jones out. Thrasnerve, Lilith for 120,000. This seems cheap. That's about right. I generally do see Lilith going for about 100,000, anywhere between 100,000 to 200,000. Lilith hypnotizes and destroys monsters in the same turn. What's the counterplay to that? Everyone hates it. Everyone hates Lilith. Except the people who play her. And even then, I think they have a deep-seated hatred for themselves. It's just a bullshit mechanic, basically. It used to be even worse, if you can believe it, but it's still pretty appalling. The obvious counter mechanic to it, of course, is something like a Cocoon Trap or a Free Summon or something, but obviously players that play Lilith a lot learn to sort of look out for you dropping into mana and dropping into nature, and then they'll bring out like a Share or something to bait out the trap. The only sort of solid counter to it is to not flood your field so that Lilith never gets good value, or alternatively to just play highly aggro, or just run a counter deck. But yeah, it's bullshit. MHMH has got another one. Yep. Really said one. Then you repair it. I don't know. And that gin tonics, your crazy deck. Okay, we're gonna take a look at this one first. Okay, first thing that jumps into my mind is that it's 2 colors. Don't make it 2 colors. 3 colors. 3 colors. 3 colors. Always 3 colors, unless you're running a gimmick, in which case I hate you. So no, run 3 colors. Second thing that jumps out to me is that David and Jones are bad. Don't have them. And Tom the Turk is super fun, but you have to build an entire deck around him. It's not going to work. String of Memories is interesting, but I think when you move into 3 colors, you're going to have to remove that. Same sort of thing with Missing. Missing is interesting, but I think you're going to have to remove that. Taylor Miss Shelley I really enjoy. I think she's a fantastic card, but she's kind of like an expensive light eagle almost that can then summon another creature. You kind of need to work with that. So have your 3rd color be Darkness, work in a Hellhound. That'll soften them up for Shelley. Maybe even remove blue, replace it with green, and then you can work some stuff in there with Purelay perhaps, that kind of thing. Maybe it's up to you, but yeah, there's not really, it has to be 3 colors to start with, and I can't really help without shredding the whole thing. But yeah, Beastkin, all of the Beastkins with the exception of Jane, Mino +1, and Jurgen are useless. Let me see. Okay, so Zohaib is this gimmick. Okay, I'm just very quickly going to check out Zohaib's thing, and then we'll go back and check out the other ones, because this is literally just to see if it's gimmick. Looking at it already, I don't think it is. Alright, so the Jurgen with the Ritual of Grim Reaper, Ritual of Darkness, Drag to Hell. It's not really a gimmick, because you're probably going to run low on cards. Generally with Jurgen, you want to go mono dark. It's not, I would say it's probably not gimmick. It's probably not quite gimmick level. But if you ran it in a sub battle, you'd probably be set on fire anyway. It's very close to being a gimmick deck. All right, where are we? I think we're up at Kutax's deck, probably. Yep. 601 D561. I think we may have done this one already. No, we haven't, because it's got a teat in it, and I recognize that. I see there's a persona in there. I'm almost certainly going to advise removing that. Persona Knock. Okay, so what do we got? Share, not the Mutant +1 variant. Always go for the Mutant +1 variant if you have it. Holy Miss. Okay, so it's a double thing. Alright, there's no way to make this deck work without making it into a gimmick deck, so I'm not going to help, basically. What I will say is that for this deck, for this to be a proper gimmick deck, don't use Bronte, don't use Narc. But if you fix this deck to make it work, it's going to be a gimmick deck, and I don't help with gimmick decks. Sorry. Sabro Sona, I like it more like this way. I think this is what this is the adjustments. 5, 6, 2. Oops, double load. Okay, yeah, so this is the adjustments. The Dragon's Guardian shunted down a little bit and a couple of other things put in. Yeah, I think that works out much. That seems very nicely balanced to me now. Yeah, I worry a little bit about the lack of removal other than Holy Spear, but you don't need that kind of AoE removal if you're running like Fabicia and you've got Betrayal and Capture, so especially with the Cupid Bird being so disruptive, so it's probably fine. Yep, I like that one. Good. Okay, MH has another one. 601 D555. Okay. And overwrite. Alrighty. Rudy and Rai, if you could keep it off Indonesian and in English, I'd appreciate that. Thank you. Just so that everyone knows and we can all get involved. Alright, interesting. Okay. So, this is unusual. Ritual of Darkness. Double Taeon Punch of the Warlord. Into Pearl of Mercenaries Emil. Moves left one slot at the end of the turn. Whenever itself or another creature moves, increases attack, defense, and HP by 1. Doesn't meet HP breakpoints at the beginning, but 3. Yeah, increased attack and setup gives it a +6, which is on top of the 21, so I would take it to 27. So it would actually reach HP breakpoints because it activates at the end of the turn. It does cost 9, so it's very expensive. I assume that's what Ritual of Darkness is here for, but I don't know what you... Yeah, I'm not... I think I get the general idea, but I'm not really sure how you expect it to work. Is the idea that you play Taeon damages something and hurts it or kills it, and then you Ritual of Darkness onto the Taeon into the Pearl of Mercenaries? It just seems like a waste of Taeon, honestly. Normally with this kind of thing, what you would see is like a betrayal. So you betrayal Ritual of Darkness and then summon into Pearl of Mercenaries, something like that. So that's weird. But okay. Punch of the Warlord is also weird. Is that to push them over so that Taeon can just keep dealing damage? See, I'm not really sure where you're going with the deck. I think there's a lot of weird stuff happening here, and I'm not really sure what your objective is with it. If your objective is basically Punch of the Warlord as a kind of a missile team in order to make sure that Taeon can bam, 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 and then use the Ritual of Darkness on one of the Taeons into Emil, depending on whether or not you need that, then okay. I guess that would work. I mean, if that's your strategy, then I can't really advise any adaptations to it. At the same time, I must say I don't think that it'll work. The major problem with this deck being, of course, that you have absolutely nothing you can do at level 1 and other than highly reactive play. You've got no early light creatures, no early dark creatures, and your only early gold creatures are reactive, not active. You've got nothing for the mid game, and then the end game pretty much relies on your opponent not using capture. Because if they capture the Pearl of the Mercenaries, you're kind of screwed. Because it's going to start regaining its attack value. And it's going to start shunting other people around, especially if you've already used Punch of the Warlords. So yeah, no, I can't really help with that, unfortunately. I don't really know where that's going. Gin Tonics. I'm going to scroll back up. We may need to just take a quick break from taking a look at these decks, just so I can catch my breath. D569. There we go. This is your crazy deck with the hero L. Right. And okay. Okay. Why? The idea to boost your own Crimson Moonlight reflectors. Yeah, that's really weird. That's very, very weird. Oh, with hero S, not L, right, yes. S, okay. Beastkin Jane, gold, +1 for 300,000. What? The price has gone so much lower. It's because she's not that good anymore. Oh, well, not as good as she used to be. Sabrosonar, I'm up for battles. You can go with your gimmick decks, except for Summon Incarnation of Fire. That's disgusting, and the winners get gems. Johan, I think Holy Spear is such a cheap move in PvP. It's not cheap. It's a very, very good move. Because it destroys your own creatures as well as your opponent's creatures. It's very, very tricky to use correctly. But it's very popular in Asian sort of battle communities. But yeah, I wouldn't call it cheap. Lilith is cheap because it requires no skill when to use it, but Holy Spear requires a really good sort of timing and knowledge of battle tempo. Cool can battle again, maybe. Voltazonar, hi Arc, long time watcher, first time commentator. Nice to see you. Could you check my deck? Absolutely. Let's take a look. 601D56E. Created by Voltus. Here we go. Save, overwrite. And share. Okay, I like what I see so far. Let me just take a look at it. Yeah, I like it. Okay, so we've got Leopard and Crusader and Suspicious Peddler as 1-drops. Holy Missile, Light Hunt, Flame Emission as removal. Drag to Hell also in there. And then for creatures, Golden Bomb Squad in the mid-game, Skeleton Knight in the late game, Bullfighter +1, and the Arena Champion. With a Dark Capture thrown in for good measure. I like it. It's got, yeah, I mean, it's a solid balance of single target removals. You've got the AoE removal in there. You got some nice disruptive finishers in the form of the Skeleton Knight and the Bullfighter. I'm not sure that the Bullfighter needs to be +1. That doesn't, as far as I remember, it doesn't give it any HP breakpoint advantages, and it doesn't allow it to kill anything that the normal Bullfighter wouldn't kill, and of course it drops your starting HP. So but if there's a particular reason why you're using the +1 version, if it does something for you that the normal version of Bullfighter doesn't do, then by all means keep it in. But yeah, I mean, for yeah, there's nothing really to suggest there. It's just a very nicely constructed deck, very well put together. I like it. I like it. Okay, let me see. Sabro, you're going with Gimmick. Kukul. Cool, we'll fight. Okay, so Sabro, Son, and Kukul. Let me guys know when you're about to fight. Rudy, you're happy now? Found more Mabinogi player. All the world good. Nice to see it. Nix. Yeah. I see you'll be posting repeatedly. I'll take a look at it now. MHMH, okay, I thought the same, but I thought you have an idea. Yeah, I mean, it seemed like you're going for a particular strategy. The problem is I disagree that the strategy is a good strategy, so I can't really tell you how to improve the strategy. All right, here's Nix's thing. Lilith. Thras, I don't get Lilith though. Seems OP when you play her, but doesn't she get destroyed from captures? The problem is that generally people have already played their powerful things. She activates, she hypnotizes, and she kills. Or your creatures that are hypnotized don't go into the grave until they're destroyed, so they're still hovering around there. You can't reuse them. If she gets captured, then she gets switched over. Normally she's played next to sort of anti-spells, you know, there's a counter spell in there, or there's an Erebus played next to her, or something like that. She's just extraordinarily irritating. Okay, triple arrow of revenge. 3 Swamp Hidden Spiders, 3 Arrows of Revenge, a Cell Soul, a Hunt, a Blackstone's Crest, an Unsummon, a Servant's Witch, Coco, and Norperia -1 to bring back the Coco, I assume. Alright, so the idea is basically Coco's going to be dumping creatures into the thing, so obviously, you know, there's no creatures in the deck, it's only going to hurt the opponent, while there are 4 more cards in the grave, and that's also going to help out the Arrow of Revenge. This is basically for people who don't understand what this deck is doing. And then Blackstone's Crest to shut down a sort of like Lilith style nonsense, I assume, and then an unsummon in case the Blackstone's Crest doesn't work for whatever reason, and then should for some reason Coco get nobbled, or Perry is there to deal the damage. And then Hidden Spiders to deal with spells, so if your opponent brings out a capture onto Coco, it's going to activate all 3 of the Hidden Spiders. It's nice. It's a nasty little deck, that one. I have no idea what the win-loss ratio would be like with it in high platinum, but it certainly looks like a lot of fun. Winyu, hi, long time no see. Hello. Kukul wants to battle. Is Sabro okay? You guys are going to fight. Twin Lark, yes, please, thank you. Next is Anti-Lilith. Yeah, I can see that. Discarding creatures into the deck. That would snag a Lilith eventually, if not immediately, depending on luck. Mystical creature only deck, but we're going to watch Kukul and Elonisama, who I forgot to add. My bad. Hold on a second. Scrolling all the way down here. I'll get rid of Keep Cab. Not Luke, because I know Luke's actually around on the Discord. He'd give me grief. Okay, Elonisama. There we go. Thras, final question before I'm off to take a nap. What does the expression setting do? Expression setting? I have no idea. Voltus, thank you. You're quite welcome. It's a good deck. Good deck. Didn't really need any input from me if I remember correctly. Okay, so yes, just thinking about that. Yeah, the expression setting. I'm not sure. What expression setting? Is there a new option in here? All right, expression on, expression off. Okay, well, if it's what I think it is, then it's basically, if it's off, then your opponent can't send you like verbal messages like hello and good job, and a lot of people use, you know, bad manner strategies to put other people on tilt. So I assume that's what that is. Oof. Leaning back. Oh boy. Back still giving me jip. That makes sense. Yes. Okay, look good. It looks like Elonisama and Kukul are passing into the battle now. Let's see how this goes. There we are. Inspected. Okay, Elonisama up at the top, no mutants. Kukul down the bottom with 1 mutant. Elonisama using L and Kukul using Fene. Both players using 3 colors as well. So, Elonisama charges and skips a turn. Her Hermit Share +1 comes out from Kukul. Obviously that demands an answer, but it can be a creature and it doesn't have to be in front of Share. In fact, it shouldn't be in front of Share. Perfect counter, of course, to Share is just to play a creature literally anywhere else. Elonisama didn't do that. It's a common thing to see people doing that, but seriously, if somebody drops a Share, don't put anything in front of it. It's not necessary. Hermit Share won't transform while it's in the creature on the field. Just ignore her. It's one spot on the enemy's battlefield that they can no longer use, which is great. It means that you've got more room to work in than they do. Thras, have to go now. Very, I assume, nice to see you after many months. Have to get your gains soon. Have fun. Well, I'm fighting 3 times. I'm live streaming 3 times a week now, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So hopefully you can stop by then. But thanks for stopping by this one. Kudax, you can do this. PDP. Oh. A dwarf comes out on Kukul's side, and as the Share finally dies to the Fiery Zealot. Elonisama is the first to level up to 2, and Kukul follows suit. The dwarf lands a blow on Elonisama, evening out both players' HP values, and of course both players running at basically equal resources, and exactly the same battlefield pressure. Magician Mask Field comes out, far right hand side, of course, always have to place it there. Diana comes out in front of the dwarf, which is not the best, but not the worst. She's going to take a little bit of damage from that dwarf, but on the plus side she'll be able to kill it on her next turn, provided Kukul doesn't remove the Magician and then deal with the Anna. Thras, great, see you then. See you then. If you stop by the Wednesday live stream, you can become a character in the video game we're going to be creating on Wednesday. An RPG Maker stream on Wednesday, for those who don't know. Alright, so Kukul's thinking about this. Thinking, carefully. I assume so. Yes, he is. I'm always a little bit nervous when there's these long breaks that it might be because my internet's failed. But no, my internet's fine. Yay! Alright, down goes the Magician Masked Field, and that is of course going to open Anna up to death. Kukul charges on the second turn, so Anna's going to take some damage, but will kill that dwarf. Elonisama, of course, could remove it with a spell if she wanted to get that 6 damage off immediately, but chooses to double charge anyway, instead rather, to gain or to maintain resource parity as much as possible. Alright, you'll be there then. Nice. See you on Wednesday. Same time as today, 2 PM UTC, Universal Time Code. Alright, Kukul's turn again, thinking carefully. Elonisama ready to level up to 3, but Kukul's got at least another round before they can follow suit. Okay, so thinking about it. 2 resources ahead of Elonisama, but needs to do with this. Okay, goes for a creature block onto Assistant Anna, which is always a bit risky when your opponent has a lot of resources, because of course Elonisama can just remove that elf if she decides to, and then Anna gets a free 6 damage off onto Kukul. Rudy, Ark, I was forgetting your opinion about Magician Nahal. What is good creature with his skill? Please answer. I don't like Magician Nahal. I don't think he's a good card. But remind me after this battle and I'll take a look at him and I'll see if I can recommend anything that will go next to him, but don't like him. The Magicians just aren't very good. Magician Masked Field is very nice. Magician Jewer is a gimmick and he's not very good these days. And Magician Nahal's just not great. Okay, out comes the Watcher of the Forest Genie. Now this is going to work out quite nicely against Elonisama because her ability activates whenever the opponent plays a card that isn't nature, and Elonisama, of course, is not actually running nature. Throw Bomb comes out. That's going to take care of both the Ana and the Zealot, unless Elonisama removes it, which she can do for less Miss Cost. Goes for the Holy Spear instead. Interesting choice. So that's going to take care of the Bomb, Ana, the Zealot, the Watcher of the Forest Genie. He's going to throw that Hidden Spider back into the grave, and it can't come back out right now because it's got Kukul's got 0 resources. So that was an interesting choice, but a solid resource trade on Elonisama's side. So yes, definitely a decent one. Now, will she play another creature, or is she going to wait? No, she's going to go for a Summon Dead. Okay, so going to play the creature, knowing that Kukul doesn't have any kind of counter spells in there. Not going to go for any sort of mind game shenanigans, just going to play it directly onto her side of the field and get an 8/8 creature out there. It is the Dead, of course, so its HP will degrade by 1 every turn. And out comes the Goblin Bomb Squad. So that puts Elonisama into a bit of an awkward situation. Betrayal, a very nice choice there, and that's going to allow the Dead to do 8 damage onto Kukul. The Bomb Squad, of course, is going to hang out until its next turn, and then it's going to deal damage, and then it's going to go back to the opponent's side of the field. And it leaves the Dead untouched, so that can keep doing its vicious little 8 damage. Beastkin David comes out in the middle there. Not a card I think is any good, which is unfortunate because it's my namesake, but it just is way too easily dealt with. Right, Senpai, how about Magician Lady Illusion? I would love if Magician Lady Illusion was a good card, but again, unfortunately, it just isn't. And Kukul decides to forfeit the match. Well played to both Kukul and Elonisama there. Very nice, very interesting decks. But again, you see the problem with David. You spend a lot of money, a lot of resources on bringing him out, and then removed immediately. It doesn't meet HP breakpoints, and his ability takes too long to activate. It's why Jurgen, Jane, and Mino are the only ones that are really considered to be good, because they're the only ones who can guarantee to get their transformations off. Alright, we'll just take a quick look at the Magician, what was it, Nahal? There he is. Okay, so yeah. Has 1 energy, plus 1 energy every turn, which is the beginning turn. If it has more than 3 energy, destroys the attacking opponent. So, yeah. Here's the problem with Nahal. He doesn't meet HP breakpoints, so he can be removed by any spell for roughly half of the cost it took to summon him. He's useless until level 3. And he only destroys an opponent when it attacks him personally. But since he can be removed by literally any removal spell that is, you know, equal to or less than his cost, well, any sort of 2 cost or higher removal spell, let's put it that way, he's just not great. I mean, he unfortunately doesn't even work next to something like Nedova because there's no transformations involved in him. He's just kind of pointless. He defends himself against physical attacks from enemy creatures, but that's never a problem in Mabinogi Duel. The thing you need to defend yourself against is spells, not enemy attacks. Good game. Kukul, sometimes I hate you. Rudy wants to maybe fight Rai, I think. Kukul wants another match against Elonisama. His pride has been wounded. I don't think there's anything anybody needs to do. Nobody had any more deck codes they wanted to post. Nobody had any more questions about cards, did they? Sure, in a moment, let's wait Forma Arc. Forma's a thing in Warframe. Okay, so Elonisama and Kukul are going to have another fight, I suppose. Rai, well, Rudy seems to be challenging Rai. I'm not sure. We'll hear back from Rai if that's going to be a thing. Marcus, when you have a chance, can you look at this? Yes, let's just look at it quickly now. Sabro and Kukul, if you guys can just let me know when you're about to start fighting. And we'll jump in and take a look. Alrighty, already I'm seeing Miri in there, and that's not a good sign. Okay, alright, so base core of Veronica and Gaiman there, which is, you know, that's always a solid core. Okay. Right, okay, so what works? Magic Missile works, Fiery Zealot Surprise Attack works, Flame Emission works, the Gaiman plus Veronica works. We are fighting. Okay, I'll come back to this in a second, but as a very quick thing, Marie's useless, Gangster +1 is useless, Goblin Chieftain is useless, Meister Sanat is useless, Ambush is not great, and Flame Barrier is never used. Use Flame Wall or Firewall, I can never remember which way around it is, but use the Wall variant if you want an AoE in mana. Flame Barrier is not as good. Okay, Kukul up at the top, 1 mutant, Fene hero, and it seems to be the same decks. Okay, so Hermit Chair +1 and the Fiery Zealot not on the Hermit Chair. Elonisama playing it correctly this time. Good, good. So that's Kukul can remove the Fiery Zealot now, but will he is the question. He does. He goes for the Ice Ball, but that is an even resource trade. So that's fine. He could have used a Magic Missile if he'd had one, and that would have been a poor resource trade for Elonisama, but fortunately worked out okay. Surprise Attack, interestingly, rather than the creature being played on Elonisama's side, just to get rid of that Hermit. Apparently she didn't have any creatures that she wanted to use. So, let's see. That was not a great resource trade, unfortunately, for Elonisama, of course. You know, a 1-cost creature countered with a 2-cost spell, but level 1 is not really that crucial to pay attention to resource trades. Holy Missile comes out in answer to that Dark Fairy. I wish the fairies in Mabinogi Duel were as good as they are in Duel of Summoners, but they need a balanced pass. Kukul levels up and Elonisama follows suit. Both players doing quite well for resources. Both of them dominating in Dark and lagging a little bit behind in the other 2 resources. An aggressive play on the Kadir's Flying Sword there from Kukul, draining him down to 1 mana. And performs a charge. So Elonisama needs to worry about Surprise Attack, but that's about it, really. Kukul's only going to have 3 mana at the beginning of the next turn, so she doesn't need to worry too much about removal spells, especially since she knows that the Ice Spear is already in there. Charge up on the first turn, and a Magician Masked Field on the second. That's going to bring out Anna in front of an empty slot, which works out very nicely for Elonisama, given that she's leading in terms of HP at the moment, and that Kadir's Flying Sword is only going to do 3, compared to Elonisama's 8 damage on the field. Rai is asking Rudy if he wants to fight. Oh, back. And Kukul is thinking about what he wants to do. He can remove the Magician Masked Field with a Surprise Attack, but then the Assistant Anna is going to be left kind of open. There's no way of removing her with the mana that he has at his disposal. Could go for a Drag to Hell if he happened to have one, but that would of course kill the Kadir's Flying Sword as well, meaning that he will have used an awful lot of resources for not an awful lot of gain. Goes for an Altered Zombie Prometheus, which attacks an enemy with a sum of HP and defense less than its attack. Summons a jumbled zombie every time he kills an enemy. So the betrayals, ooh, nice betrayal on Elonisama's side. That is going to cause the zombie to kill that Kadir's Flying Sword and summon a zombie onto Elonisama's side. And of course that 8 damage goes out as well. So now 18 damage on Elonisama's side, which is of course fatal for Kukul, provided the Feni ability doesn't activate. And spoiler alert, it will. It always does. A normal Mino at level 2 and then a Cell Soul. So the Mino at level 2 is really not much of a threat. It's not going to transform. It's going to take a lot of like 2 turns before it can transform. Out comes the Chief Guard of Tanor. That's going to keep a hold of that Prometheus. Very interesting. There goes the Prometheus's ability. Kills the thing and summons the jumbled zombie. Tanor pulls that Prometheus back and puts it not in front of Mino. There was a 50-50 chance of where it would go there, and it went not in front of Mino. Kukul is now in a serious amount of trouble. So let's see what he decides to go with here. Mino is not ready to transform yet, needs 1 more energy, which isn't going to happen on his turn unless Kukul decides to go for a mana removal. But you have to deal with the Prometheus, basically, and there's no removal spell that Kukul has access to that can deal with that Prometheus. Kukul, why all the gimmick? What gimmick? Used a Betrayal spell and Chief Guard of Tanor. There's no gimmick there. That's legitimate play.
Your turn starts now.
Okay, so Eleni-sama's turn. She's going to have two sort of kill shots. The Prometheus and Anna are going to combine to do the first kill shot, and if Fenny's ability activates, Magician Masked Field has a second chance at landing a kill shot. So, watch the ability activate. Oh, it didn't! For like the first time in the history of mankind, Fenny's ability did not activate on her first death. And Kuko goes down, Eleni-sama is the victor. Nice play there with the Chief Guard of Tanor and the Betrayal. Very nice, very nice. And of course, well tried on Kukul's side. That Prometheus, unfortunately, highly vulnerable, of course, to captures and betrayals, that kind of thing. So good game to both. So Rudy and Rai, looks like they're going to fight. I don't see Rai Senpai online though. Okay. So we'll see if Rai wants to actually fight. If he does want to fight, great. Kukul, how do you have these cards? What? Betrayal and Chief Guard of Tanor? Dude, they're very common cards. You can get them in the card trader, the cat trader. I'll just keep cycling on the off chance that we get a response from Rai Senpai. Oh. Rai looks offline. Yeah, Rai's not online at the moment. So we'll wait for a bit. If anybody has any decks that they would like me to review, please send me the deck code, and we'll do that while we wait to see if Rai does want to actually fight. If anybody would like to fight me personally, oh god, it's Whippy. I will accept. Oh god, I've got the wrong deck selected. I've got that random deck that somebody posted. Oh, now I've got to find the stupid Zad Felish. Where is he? That's not right. Oh boy. Where the hell is Zad Felish? Nope, don't have it. Why? Wait a minute. Why do I not have my Zad? Okay, I'm going to have to cancel out of this fight, unfortunately. Sorry, Whippy. I've got to forfeit. This is like an old test deck that I was running. Cannot find that Zad Felish. Sabra, you can buy all the cards in my deck in the cat shop. Yep. And we're all very common cards. Just a nice use of them. So sorry, Whippy. It's a shame. I generally really like fighting Whippy. He's always got fascinating decks to run. But for some reason... Oh, I know why. Because I accidentally overwrote my Zad Felish deck with this Flame Barrier deck. Whoops. That's why I couldn't find it. Okay, let's recreate it very quickly. See if I can do it from memory. I remember that we did have Surprise Attack in it. I'm gonna have to start writing down my own deck codes so I can copy these things in. Okay, so we had 2 Crusaders, Surprise Attack and a Holy Missile. We're in light. There we go. And of course we had Dark. I don't think we need to do that. And we'll have Zad Felish. There we go. And Vengeful Blade. There we go. What else do we have in Dark? We had Dark Firebolt. There we go. I cannot remember now off the top of my head what my other one was, so let's just quickly switch to Nature. There we had the Newbie Duelist, Newbie. Somebody can remember what my last Dark card was. Let me know. I've completely forgotten. Then we need Command Hunting. Not that one, that's a -1 variant. The Notira's Needle was one of the green, I'm pretty sure. There we go. Just save that quickly, and I'll check in the monthly thing that we set up in the last live stream. Never really got around to doing anything with it, but oh Jesus, Camcat. No, thank you. No, thank you. All right, where is it? Monthly ranked. Change which to deck. What was it? Oh yes, it was Nata and Capture, not Natira's Needle, and it was Skeleton was the last of the dark ones. That's right. Natira's Needle's in the other deck. Nata, not Notira. There we go. And Capture. There we go. And Skeleton. There we go. Okay, that'll work. Good. Ugh. Good, good, good. And we got 100 golds for some reason. Okay, so now that we're back to normal, yes, if anybody would like to challenge me to a duel, send me a duel request. If you would like me to review a deck of yours, or just show it off, send the deck code and we'll pop it up on screen. And if anybody would like a sub-battle, then please put your in-game name in the chat box, down below, or wherever it happens to be on your particular screen. And yes, apologies to Whippy. I had overwritten my existing deck, or my current deck, I should say, with somebody's test deck. Whoops. Whoopsie daisy. While we wait to see if anybody is interested in any like battles one way or another. I do like that graphic. I don't know why. We'll just jump into a normal duel. We've been lucky so far with not going up against gimmicks in these normal duels, but I feel like my luck cannot hold. Oh, Rai Senpai is on. Hold on then. You guys want to actually have a fight? Switch over. And yeah, there we go. Rai's on. Okay, so Rudy, if you're still around and you want to fight Rai, then he's online now, so please do. Sabrosona is using, I think this is the deck that they just used against Kukul. So I'm going to switch over to the test run deck. There we go. And now I will find a deck with the code. So 601CE25. Overwrite. And share. So if anybody's interested, apparently that's the deck that Sabrosona was using. Very eclectic, but fun. Betrayal and Chief Guard of Tanor was always a nice little counter gimmick back when Doom machines were all the rage. And obviously it still works quite well. Then you got an Ifrit mixed in there with a Magician Mask Field, with an Angel Cassiel, some Rituals of Darkness in there. Which obviously also synchronizes with the Betrayal. So it's all nice. So yes, if anyone is interested in this eclectic but fun deck, copy down the deck code. And we will check to see if they are fighting. And they do appear to be fighting. Good. No, they didn't tell me. No one tells me anything. So, Rujuve up at the top with one mutant using the Tarlak hero, which is quite interesting. Opens aggressively with the Light Crusader. And right down the bottom with one mutant opening with a Hunt to counteract that Crusader. So, obviously a poor resource trade for Arai, but at level 1, you know, spending 2 resources to remove a 1 resource creature isn't really that big of a deal. Rujuve being very, very aggressive here. What would you say, Rudy? It's easier. Rudy being very, very aggressive here, dropping an elf, which is immediately countered by a Goblin Shredder. Nice counter there by Rai Senpai. Rujuve is ready to level up and really wants to now, so that Rai Senpai's level up jumps him a little bit further up to level 3. Of course, it does mean he's going to take 3 damage from that Goblin Shredder. Ooh, goes for the surprise attack. This could work out very well for Rai Senpai, actually, because he can level up now, and then Rudy's level up is going to jump him up thanks to Tarlak's ability. Is he going to do it, or are they both going to play hyper-aggressive early? Nope, there he goes. He levels up. Okay, so now Rudy's going to follow suit. There he goes. And that boosts Rai Senpai's experience as well. So that gives Rai Senpai a nice little advantage there. He can charge up, gain a little bit more EXP, and of course balance out the resources nicer. Situlia, hi, welcome. And brings out a Golden Garden Cat, which should activate if I remember correctly. No, it doesn't. It takes 5 gold. So the Golden Garden Cat, a little bit premature there. It's going to take another 2 turns before the Golden Garden Cat can start generating light resources. And in the meantime, of course, can be very easily removed by basically anything. Rudy goes for a charge on the first turn rather than a removal onto the Golden Garden Cat, though. So let's see if he's... I mean, he may not be afraid of it. The Golden Garden Cat's not going to start generating resources for a while. Magician of Nahal comes out. It's fine. Yeah, if it has more than 3 energy, so it needs to have 4 energy, and so that's going to take a lot of time. It's going to take 2 more turns before Nahal can start killing any creature that's in front of it. Rai Senpai decides to resurrect from the grave, which is interesting, just to bring out the hunt, I suppose. There we go. And down goes Magician Nahal, and Golden Garden Cat deals some damage. So Rai Senpai will start generating light on his next turn if Rudy doesn't remove that Golden Garden Cat. He does have the nature for a hunt, or the darkness for a drag to hell. So let's see what he decides to go with. Goes for a charge on the first turn. And for the second. He really does need to remove that Golden Garden Cat. He's thinking about it. It's a tricky problem. Remove the Golden Garden Cat, but that's going to reduce your resources even further. It goes for block on the Golden Garden Cat. As a general rule, don't block creatures with creatures. Just as a general rule. It makes sense in something like, you know, Magic the Gathering and all this kind of stuff, but it doesn't really work in Mabinogi Duel. Creatures do not make for good blocks. Unless it's something like a Goblin Bomb Squad, Fiery Zealot, PLA to a certain extent, although that's not really a block. That kind of thing. Unless the creature has some sort of defensive ability attached to it, don't block a creature with a creature. Situlia, did you play any Xenoblade / Xenogear game? I did. I played like the original Gear, I think it was way back when it was like the Super Nintendo or something like that. I played. Since then, I haven't really. I think I tried one a few years back, and I didn't really enjoy it very much. But I haven't played anything recently. I think one of the latest ones was on the Wii or the Switch or something. Probably the Wii, wasn't it? And I don't have a Wii. The only Nintendo console I have is a 3DS. So, a Vampire Prince Dorian +1 comes out, which obviously works as a shadow. And I was going to say a shadow vampire. But there goes the Holy Spear. So that's going to work out really well for Rai Senpai, because it's going to kill the cute baby bird and summon the Kadir's monster. And immediately eliminates that 32 HP Vampire Prince Dorian. Also leaves Rai Senpai with an advantage in resources, which he can capitalize on now by just charging up twice at the to just gain more resources. He's got a 10-25 creature out onto the field, which is going to be very, very difficult for Rudy to deal with. Rudy goes for a charge, which balances out his resources nicely, 4/4/4. It doesn't have enough for a capture. He doesn't have enough for... He doesn't have the right resources for any sort of direct murder thing, so... Yes, this could be a little bit awkward. He goes for a triple charge, going to take that 10 damage. Rai Senpai can just go for a triple charge now himself if he wants to. Just make sure that he maintains as large a resource lead as possible. Or he could be hyper-aggressive and play something himself. He goes for the Fiery Zealot, normally a very reactive card, but it can be a decent offensive one as well. It does have a very nice attack value at 8. So let's see what Rudy decides to go for here. That's 18 damage out onto the field. If that both goes off, then he's going to be in a lot of trouble. He's blocking the +1 Kadir's Monster Bird with a Kadir's Monster Bird of his own, which is quite interesting. So, drain 6 HP from the modern creature, use it to restore its own HP. Those guys are going to be absorbing each other's HP, but this one, of course, is going to be absorbing a little bit more. Charging Bull comes out. Very interesting. Generally don't see anybody running Charging Bull. If you want Charging Bull, then you just run Bullfighter. That way you get 2 creatures out onto the field for the price of 1. Again, using it as a block. Crusader off on the far left-hand side. He's just going to go hyper-aggressive here and just hope that Rai Senpai has no way of dealing with it. So, a lot of light resources. Rai Senpai could wipe the field again with a Holy Spear if he didn't really care about any of this sort of thing, but he's going to go for the Holy Missile to take care of that Bull, which frees up the Fiery Zealot. Discards into green. Is that an ambush vine, hidden spider, or is he saving up for something? And then a charge into light. Both those Arcadean monster birds are basically just going to trade blows over and over and over again. That Crusader is going to get stronger and stronger, but at the rate of attrition, Rai Senpai is going to outmatch Rudy. So Rudy definitely needs to deal with that Zealot, but played so many resources last turn, it's going to be a little bit difficult. Heal comes out, which is fascinating to see. Generally not something you ever see. It's not really going to make any difference because they're both just going to keep draining resources from each other regardless. But, well, I was going to say Rudy might be hoping to get the enemy monster bird down so low that he can remove it with a removal spell, but he just doesn't have the resources for it. Rai Senpai seems aware of this. He's just going to charge up. 668 resources now. He could afford to be a lot more aggressive than he is being, but I guess he wants to play it defensively, make sure he has an answer for any situation. Let's see if he decides to play a creature on his third turn, though. With this kind of resource gap, it does pay to be aggressive, especially since you know that your opponent doesn't have, that many resources. And he does. He plays a Goblin Shredder. So, Rudy needs to deal with both the Fiery Zealot and the Goblin Shredder on this turn, or he is guaranteed to lose. So let's see how he manages to deal with this. I honestly don't think that he can, looking at it. Doesn't really have the resources. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing in black. Even a Hellhound wouldn't kill either of those guys. I think he's just going to go for a triple charge Sportsman-like finish. Double charge, triple charge. There's the triple charge. Sportsman-like finish on Rudy, acknowledging defeat. And now it is Rai Senpai's turn. So hopefully again we'll see the same sort of sportsmanship. Triple charge. No, he's going to go for a capture. No sportsman-like behavior for Rai Senpai. He wants to absolutely destroy his opponent, apparently, or he wants to get his monster bird to land the finishing blow. I'm not entirely sure why, but sure. Volpe, think we could ever have a little tournament for Duel of Summoners? I mean, it was posted in my Discord 3 days ago, I think, saying, I think Mist posted saying, hey, we're thinking about having a Duel of Summoners tournament. Is anybody interested? And I think literally one person said yes. So I would absolutely love to have a Duel of Summoners tournament, but I would need at least 16 people just for the starting lineup, and then I would want at least another 4 or 5 more as substitutes in case anybody else failed. At that point, sure, we can have a tournament, but I need at least 16 and ideally 20 people to sign up, and so far we have 1. So Julia, the game-winning music. Yes, it's always fun. Memories of finding lethal just because of the music. Yeah, it does happen. Yeah, sometimes you sort of like go, oh yeah, this is music, I can win. Ah. Yes, but yes, anyway, I mean, if you are interested in a tournament, by all means, get involved in, my Discord channel and the official Discord channel, and just sort of ask around, say, hey, the Arcadians, interested in running a live stream tournament thing, be super great, yay, but I need people to be interested. Zohaib, can I duel? Absolutely. You can duel me, or you can duel somebody in chat. It's up to you. Provided you can find somebody in chat willing to duel you. But yes, it's up to you. If anybody duels me, this is one that's a deck that I'm going to be using. Maybe if Lord Arcadian announces it again, we have more folks being interested. Yeah, I have a suspicion that if Lord Arcadian announced it, the reaction would be A, silence, B, who are you? Sabrosona, can you change the battle music for the Elysis theme? Yeah, I guess so. I think, anyway. I know that you can in Duel of Summoners. Game speed, sound? Yeah, here we are. Music during duel. Elysis. I don't know what a theme song's name is. Oh, there it is. Theme of Elysis? You mean, yeah, this one. I just misspelled it. Fine, there you go. Okay, so Hope wants to fight. Good. Yeah. Alright. So this is a super aggro deck. Not super viable, but it's a lot of fun to run. And surprisingly decent against a lot of Lilith gimmicks, simply because you can out-damage your opponent before they bring out their nonsense. The 2, please. What? Theme of Elysis 2? Alright. Sound. Okay, well now it's stuck. Ugh. It apparently doesn't exist. I don't know. You have to tell me the proper name. I don't know. Outcomes that. That's going to hurt. That's going to do that. Okay, no big deal. And let's play this because we've got more light than anything else. So it's the safest play. This sets us up for a number of things. We can drop all kinds of stuff on the next turn. We've got enough for all of our removals. We've got enough for more creatures. We've got enough for a lot of stuff. Double color on Zohaib's side, and that was a Cell Soul, so I really hope this isn't going to be a Lilith gimmick. If it is, I'm going to have to smack a bitch. Do I want the straight kill? Do I want the damage kill? Is the question we ask ourselves. You know what, I'm going to be accelerating my resources faster, so let's go for the early damage. We can take a hit to our resources in the early game because we're gaining 3 per turn, whereas Zohaib's only gaining 2.
No creature left on the enemy's battlefield.
Off topic, are you going to get Ni no Kuni 2? I never played Ni no Kuni 1. I heard bad things about it. That being said, I am quite interested in Ni no Kuni. I have it on my list of games that I am going to be playing and possibly making videos on. So I will probably pick it up. Volpe, Lilith deserves to be smacked around. I completely agree. Absolutely 100% agree.
No creature left on your battlefield.
I don't often advocate violence against women, but in Lilith's case I think it's deserved, yes. Alright, so a bunch of choices here. Let's just go super aggressive. I'm not really sure that was the right play, but wasn't really playing the early game aggressive enough, so. Oof.
Opponent accumulated resource.
Problem is I see 2 colors and I see one of them being dark and I'm like, Lilith. So I just don't want to play too many creatures. Volpe, in Lilith's case, she most likely wouldn't even mind. Probably not. You know, being a succubus queen, she's experienced it all, I have no doubt. That's 11 damage. That's doing nicely for us. So Heave's got 2 more darkness resources until he could potentially bring out Lilith. If it is a Lilith. Again, I see 2 colors. I see darkness, I think Lilith. It's probably not, but you know, that's where my brain goes. Where your brain has to go. You know, if your opponent is running darkness, immediately you've got to go Lilith. It's Lilith. It's always Lilith. Sabrosona, it's before the base theme and after the theme of Dwarf 1. Okay. Before the base theme, after the theme. Oh, there we are. Right, there you go. Alright. Whoops. I hope you're happy. Never say I don't do anything for you people. A discard into darkness. Oh, Jurgen. Fair enough. Not actually a smart play on Zohaib's side, because he must know that I have enough green for this. Thanks for the Jurgen! I appreciate it. See you in hell! Okay, so, well played Zohaib, but don't bring your Jurgen shit against me, okay? Because, no, bad Jurgen. Listen, I made a video about him and I made it very clear that I wasn't happy with Jurgen. Whippy, hello. Sorry I couldn't accept your... I had to forfeit against the battle with you, Whippy. I had accidentally overwritten my deck with a sub deck. I couldn't find it. I was like, where the hell is my right deck? Turns out I'd erased it. Yes, I apologize for that. Volpe Savage smiles and giggles. Damn, that was brutal. I apologize. Samurai Quackers apologize. So here, but it wasn't gimmick, I just misplayed. I didn't say that it was gimmick. I don't like Jurgens as a general. Because every time I see a Jurgen, I'm reminded of like that 2-month period where all you fought was Jurgen. Jurgen used to be like Lilith back in the day. So it's like, oh god, there's darkness resources, it's Liz Jurgen. Ah. But yeah, I mean, I had green, I had a lot of green, obviously, counterspell. Not counter, capture, so yeah. That was, but hey, it's a learning experience. We all make misplays. I make them frequently, often on livestream. Okay, anyway, as I say, well played. So, That's actually 2 hours. I'd only intended on live streaming for 1 because my back is... And we're back. Okay. I have no idea what that was about. I think something fell out. When did I go? I think the cable fell out. Google, I'll battle out of his prize. Yeah, sorry. Okay, so I don't know when this thing died on me, so... Oh, Lord, Wisdom with Lord Arcadean, we're missing out on it, I know. Whippy, no, I'm finishing the live stream. My back is killing me. This has been 2 hours. I'm sorry. Friday. Okay, so to go back to, I don't know when we quit, so I'll just go back to the beginning. Okay, I apologize if this is boring. So, Wednesday live stream, Friday live stream. Friday live stream with Mabinogi Duel. Wednesday live stream will be a special live stream, RPG Maker. We're going to, I need to fight the YouTuber later, Friday. Wednesday's live stream is going to be a special live stream. We're going to, no, god damn you people. Doing this on purpose just to mess with me, I know. On Wednesday live stream is going to be a special live stream. I'm going to be making a game live on the stream, and if you are in the chat at the time, you will be able to determine the setting of the game, the genre of the game, and if you want, you can become a character in the game, and we will just create that and we'll make a whole big story and a whole big thing. After the live stream is finished, I will compile the game and I will upload it onto the interwebs, link to it on Discord, Facebook, Twitter, all that kind of stuff, and then everybody can play it. And if this turns out to be popular, then every Wednesday after that, we'll just open the game back up and we'll just keep building onto it until we've got this whole big world going on. So, yes, stop in on Wednesday if you want to get involved in a game-making stream. Stop in on Friday if you want to get involved in Mabinogi Duel stuff and you want to fight me. Stop in on both days if you want to make me feel good inside. Okay, Margin, you are unfortunately too late. We're finishing now. That's a shame. But this is, as always, going to be archived onto both Twitch and YouTube, so feel free to look back over it again and watch Kukul and Whippy attempt to drive me insane with their constant battle requests. Alright, so thanks for watching. Thanks from Samurai Quack. And as always, a special thank you to everyone who got involved in the sub-battles. As always, I'm just going to quickly link the Discord channel to anybody who wants to get involved in that for advance warning of things and stuff. Live streams, special videos, weekend streams, voting for tournaments, all that kind of thing. It all happens over on the Discord because I'm lazy and I don't want to do it in multiple places, so go there if you want to get involved in any of that stuff. Margin, I hope you're doing fine. I heard you making a game. We are. We're doing it on Wednesday. Stop by. Please do. And that goes for everybody. So, again, thanks to everyone for being here. Hope to see you in the next live streams. Thanks especially to everyone who got involved in the sub streams. And thank you to Sabro for giving away all those extra gems as well. I will see you guys on Wednesday. Bye-bye.